Yo guys, what is up? Welcome to the third episode of Tuning Salford. My name is Joe, and today the instrument that I'm going to be demonstrating will be the French horn, which is actually not out at the moment. It's currently in the case. I'm going to show you that in a minute. But the first thing I wanted to describe is just a little bit about the French horn. So, the French horn is, well, it is made of brass technically, the instrument, but it's actually part of the wind family. And that's why you won't see it in brass bands. It's mainly in orchestras, orchestras, wind bands, and it's becoming increasingly popular in marching bands as well. So that's basically like the French, that's the kind of the style of the ensembles that the French horn plays in. Okay, so this is the case for the French horn. I think it's actually upside down now, but oh well. You can't really see it that well because there's not much light. I'm actually doing this video where it's quite dark outside and I've not got much light in my room. So I'm going to unzip it now when I find a zip. Oh shit, bear with me guys. There is a zip somewhere, there we go. The zip's here. There is two cases of the horn. There's this case, which is like the soft case, and there's a hard case, which I do have, but I don't use it because it's only for like if you go into contests or gigging and you know, you're taking the horn in like a coach or something, so it doesn't get damaged or anything. So this is the French horn. It's, yeah, so as you can tell, it's nothing like, it looks completely different to any other brass instrument. It's very circular. There's a lot of coils here. It's a very like coiled thing. Apparently as well, what I did find out, that this is just a random fact, but if you do like straighten up the French horn, so you bend it all so it's like straight, it works out to about 13 or 14 feet, which is crazy. I thought it might be more actually, but yeah, it's only that much. Sorry, that was a bit weird and random facts, but so the French horn consists of a detachable bell. I would take it off, but the wiring is a bit, I was going to think about doing it then, but I'm not going to get it back on. But it does come off, the detachable bell. It's just so you can carry it a bit more freely. So that does come off. There is a mouthpiece as well, which you do put in the end, which is over here, which I'm going to demonstrate in a minute. And also there is a lot of, obviously there's a lot of pipes, which I did talk about at the start, but there is a lot of pipes. Most of them, even to this day, I've been playing French horn for about 10 years now, and to this day I still don't really know what a lot of these pipes do. Most of it is just like tuning and just makes the French horn actually play. But I'm going to just take it out now. I probably shouldn't hold it with one hand either. It's quite dangerous actually, but the main two, if you was to like go into orchestra or like a wind band or anything, then the main two pipes that you would need would be these ones here. So these like are the main tuning slides. This is like the main tuning one. And yeah, so as you can see, it's quite all the way in the moment, which would be really flat. It's like most brass instruments, you put it in to make it go flatter, and you pull it out to make it go sharper. The pipe, depending on, you know, what the orchestra sounds like that you're playing in. But if you're playing on your own, you don't really need to use that. The last thing I want to show you as well is, before we do go on to actually showing you how to play the French horn, will be the actual valves. So okay, so on first look at the French horn, if you are into brass instruments like me, you will notice that it's not like an all brass instrument. So an all brass instrument like a trumpet or trombone, tuba, euphonium, you'll play the valves on the right hand side. But with the French horn, the valves are on the left hand side, and then you're probably thinking, where does your right hand go? Well, your right hand actually does go inside this thing here, the bell. The reason for this, sounds weird saying that actually, but the reason for this is because when the French horn was made, it was made slightly out of tune with like other instruments in like an orchestra. So when you put when you put your hand inside the bell, it kind of puts it in tune. Just gives it a nicer sound, really. To put it in layman's terms, it just makes it sound nicer. So to make a tune as well, to noise as well. So what I'm going to do is to actually play a C major scale, but I'm going to show you how to actually put air through this French horn. There'll be other videos of how to actually explain how to do it, but the best way is just pretend you're blowing a raspberry, but don't put your tongue out all the way. So like when you blow them raspberries as a child, it was but you want to just do that, but keep your tongue in. And you'll also notice when you do actually put your mouthpiece on the thing, you can't do that. You can't put your tongue out all the way because it just isn't big enough, the mouthpiece. So you basically just do that. It's like, So that's the noise. That's basically the technique you're doing. Keep everything tight here, and then make the raspberry noise. And when you do it into this, it kind of sounds like a duck or something. I don't really know what it sounds like. Or a motorbike, maybe. I don't know. I just thought of that then. But yeah, so that's basically how to put your air on it. So when you actually do come to playing it, if you do that same technique, you actually get a note that comes out. So that's how to actually put air into an instrument. I'm not going to show you how to actually wait to put your hand. So when you put your hand in, so I'm just going to roll my sleeves up because it's getting a bit warm in here. I'm in my room. So you basically, it's very hard to show on the camera, but basically what you want to do is put your hand inside the instrument, but you don't want to put it in too far, because if you put it in too far, then it makes a really muffled sound and it just doesn't sound nice. So I'm going to play it now when it's really in too far. Okay. Sorry, it sounded really bad then. So that was weird. That was really. I mean, it wasn't supposed to sound bad. It was supposed to sound bad because yeah, it was all in. So now I'm going to play it with my hand in the right position where it should be inside the bell. Yeah, I can't get low today for some reason. So now what I'm going to play is the C major scale. I'm gonna demonstrate how to actually play the notes with each valve. So when also as well, another fun fact: when this French horn was actually made, there was no valves on it back in the whenever it came out. I'm not too sure when it was made, but there was no valves on it. You basically, the only way you could change notes was actually from your mouth. So I'm just going to demonstrate and show you how it was actually originally. So let's just see. No valves are pressed then, no valves. That was just a C major arpeggio, and then when I got to the G, I just went G, A, B, C. So you can do so many notes without actually pressing anything down, but we're not here for that today. I'm gonna actually show you how to. I'm gonna make it a bit easier and show you how to actually play the notes with the valves. So the first note that we're gonna do is C. So in the C major scale, the first note is obviously a C, yeah. So it's gonna be no valves for the C. So that was a bit weird. For D, it's going to be first valve. For E, it's going to be no valves. For F, it's going to be first valve. And for G, it's going to be no valves. So, you might have noticed a pattern there as well. For the first 5 notes, the only valve you need to put down is your first. It's that simple. It's that simple. And literally, if you can master those 5 notes straight away, then you're sorted. You're sorted in French horn life. So the next 3 notes in that scale, this is where it gets a bit more trickier. This is where the thumb valve comes into play. So this will be the A. So it just went C, D, E, F, G. That was the first 5 notes of the C major scale. The last 3 notes, which are A, B, and C, all include the thumb. So A would be 1 and 2, but with the thumb down. B would be just the second valve, so you can lift up the first valve, that's all you need to do, so second and thumb. And then C, if you might have guessed it, it's going to be no valves, but with the thumb, And that's the C major scale, it's that simple. So I'm going to do that scale I'm going to try and show you, try and play it so you can see my fingering. So we're going to start at C and go up to the higher C. And that's C major scale. It's that simple. With a few weeks, if you just practice that, you nail it. It's quite an easy scale. The next thing I'm gonna demonstrate will be hand stopping. So this is gonna be the last thing I'm gonna demonstrate actually. So hand stopping is basically if you can remember the first bit, I just when I first played the instrument, then I can't speak. When I played the first note, when I was picked this instrument up, I played the muffled sound, which was like this. So hand stopping is kind of half and half. So it's half muffled but half not, if you get me. It's kind of like a muted note, but it's something that only French horns can actually do. So this is another reason why French horns are pretty unique, because these are the only instruments that can actually do hand stopping. And hand stopping is like, it's a technique that it just makes them gives more of an effect on a piece of music, especially if you're in an orchestra and it's like it sounds different to a muted note. I do have a mute somewhere, but I don't actually know where it is. So I would try and play that. But if you look online, just look like muted French horns and then type in hand stopping French horns, you will see the sound difference. The hand stopping is kind of more muted, but it kind of sounds a bit muffled, but not too much. So I'm going to show you now. So hand stopping, basically the way to do it is you can actually do this really, really wrong or really, really good. So even I to this day, I've been playing French horn for 10 years, and even I still like struggle with it sometimes. It's quite a simple technique, but it's just getting the hand in the right place. So normally your hand would be, I don't know if you can see, it's not so. If you can see, it's not actually covering the whole of the bell. So this is the whole of the bell. This little circle here. This is where we're putting the hand, and obviously you can see a little gap there. That's when I'm playing normally. When you use hand stopping, you want to close your hand in a bit, but you don't want to close it in too much where it's giving them full sound. So if you can see that, you can see a little bit of gap where the French horn sound can actually come through. So that's probably quite good. You don't want it too far in because, like I said, like when I played the first note, it just sounds really muffled and not good. So, and also when you do play hand stopped, you have to transpose. So that's another really bad thing. You have to transpose the music, something that I'm really not good at. So, if we let's do, I'll do a hand stopping note. I'll just do a few notes on hand stopping. So let's do a G. So this will be normal. This will be normal G. And then this is a hand stop G. And I'm actually playing the hand stop G on the second valve because you have to transpose it a semitone. So the second valve would normally be an F sharp, but because you're hand stopping, it's now a G. So let's do it again. So hand stopping would be something like this. That's the word. And then normal G is. So yeah, so it sounds really different, and honestly, I think it's pretty cool that you can actually do that technique because, you know, like I said, it's something that no other instrument can do, and you know, you feel really special when you're a French horn player. Well, I do anyway. One thing I'm gonna explain to you now, another unique thing about the French horn, is, well, I'll explain at the end, see if anyone can actually guess one. So I'm gonna start at a C, the C that I've been playing on all the time. So I can't play low. I can't play low at all today. Sorry, excuse my bad playing. But I don't know if you noticed then. You probably could faintly notice that I started on C and just about got to the same note but lower down. So that is what you call an octave. So this French horn, which most instruments can't do, goes from the middle C and go all the way down to the bottom C, which is pretty cool. I mean, most of the instruments like this that are pitched like this can't do that. I'm also going to show you one more thing. So I'm going to start at a high C. So, I mean, I might not even be able to do this now. So high C, which is, and then I'm going to go up in notes. So I'm going to go up one note each time. Just see if you can tell me where I actually get to. So I mean, again, bad playing. But if you noticed, I've got to the same note again, but this time higher. So another octave, but octave higher. So if you go back to the previous one when I did it lower, and then go to the higher one, you will notice that this French horn can actually play 3 whole octaves. So, which is pretty cool. And it actually can get lower, and actually it does go to a D actually. Well, I've been able to get to D before. I don't know how high it can go after that, but it can probably go at least an octave, even more. Which not most instruments can't do that. So I feel that's another really cool thing about playing the French horn. Sorry. I'm going to end the video here today. I hope you did enjoy it, guys. If I do another video of these, I will try and explain some more techniques. Or you know, if you do have any questions, then let me know what you want, and I'll answer some questions in the comments. And yeah, just I hope this video has made someone out there want to at least try French horn, because honestly when I started playing this, it's one of the coolest instruments I've ever played. I would never even imagine playing it one day. I used to watch these in like I used to hear these in films and watch them in orchestras on the telly, like Prom in the Parks and is it Prom in the Parks? I don't know. The Last Night of the Proms, stuff like that, stuff like classical performances. And I've always seen the French horns, and I've always thought they look cool. And to actually hold one, and actually buy one, because these cost quite a lot. I think this was like £3,000. But yeah, to actually play one is amazing. So yeah, leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. We'll bring you some more videos soon. And I hope you take. Oh yeah, I can't speak. I hope you all take it easy. So peace.